Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is April 6, 2025, and the Atletico Madrid Peñas have obtained a forensic report that shows that UEFA doctored the VAR footage. Also, Enrique Massip, Jean Laporta's advisor, has fired back at La Liga and the Madrid press. And finally, Hansi Flick has decided to close the doors to the Barcelona locker room. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and I'm officially back home. I just landed, I think about an hour or 2 hours ago, came home and decided to do videos because, of course, there's a lot to catch up on. I didn't make any videos yesterday besides the match review. So let's dive right into the news because, ladies and gentlemen, the Unión Internacional de Peñas de Atletico Madrid, which translates into the Union of all the Atletico Madrid Peñas, which are official fan clubs recognized by the Atletico Madrid club, have commissioned a detailed forensic report that shows that the VAR footage from the Champions League match, was indeed manipulated. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, as you know, the match between Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid in round of 16 of the Champions League had to go to a penalty shootout. During the penalty shootout, Julian Alvarez slipped right before kicking the ball. He ended up making it, but the VAR decided to cancel that goal out or rule it out because supposedly he touched the ball with both feet. They were claiming that the support leg touched the ball when Julian Alvarez slipped, and as such, they decided to canceled that goal. Now, there was a lot of controversy because the footage is not clear until today. I don't know whether the referees got it right or not. I cannot say for sure that they got it right. I cannot say for sure that they got it wrong. I've seen a million replays. I've seen a million pictures. I've seen a million angles. And to me, honestly, I don't know. I don't know if it's for sure the right call or if it's sure the bad call. But UEFA did release a video, I think it was the following day or 2 days later, with frame by frame showing that Julian Alvarez did indeed touch the ball with both feet. Now, the Union of Atletico Madrid Peñas hired a forensics firm, a firm that's well known in Spain. This firm has studied the footage that UEFA have released. They've compared it to the footage from the live match, and they have come up with a conclusion that the footage that UEFA released was manipulated, that it was doctored in order to show that Julian Alvarez touched the ball twice. Now, they have released a statement in where they discuss this report and where they also demand that UEFA release the original unedited video and audio. Otherwise, they could take further action. Now, this is the official statement by the Union of Atletico Madrid fan clubs, which said the aforementioned report, which can be viewed in full on our website, shows that the video in question has been edited, which leads us to more than a reasonable doubt about the intentions of those who may be responsible for such manipulation. If our demands are not met, these are the demands to release the original video, the Union will continue to move forward until the truth of what happened is clarified, for which we will not hesitate to go to the ordinary courts to protect our legitimate claims. Now, I did check the report. It is a pretty detailed report. I think it's about 20 pages. There's all kinds of technical terms in there that the forensics firm used. They applied filters, and they have all this proof that the video was indeed doctored. And then here the Union, which has demanded for the original video, saying that they will go to courts if their demands are not met, which is absolutely mind-blowing. Now, I did have doubts about the video that UEFA released, because if you see in the footage that they show, the ball is going to the right, but if you watch the replay of the match, the ball goes to the left when Julian Alvarez kicks it. That right there to me was suspicious. But guys, don't forget Negreira. Okay, don't forget Negreira, which is funny because in the several years that Negreira was getting paid by Barcelona as a consultant, not once did I ever see La Liga doctor a video or manipulate a video to show something. Negreira, guys, don't forget Negreira. Anyways, speaking of controversy, another controversy has emerged, this time through the social media, Madrid social media outlets and YouTubers criticizing Lamine Yamal's boots. Yes, we've gotten to that point, to this ridiculous point where they are nitpicking everything. Real Madrid just cannot handle that Barcelona are doing much better than them. And this time they decided to criticize Lamine Yamal's boot. Now, this is the image from the horrendous foul that Lamine Yamal received during the Atletico Madrid match in the Copa del Rey, which left his foot bloodied. And instead of complaining about how badly the referee missed this, because this should have been a clear red, I think it was Lenglet who fouled him. Was it Lenglet? I can't remember. Anyways, it should have been a clear red to the Atletico Madrid player. So instead of worrying about the bloodied ankle of Lamine Yamal, they focus on what? On the flags on his boots, because on his boot, Lamine Yamal has the zip code, the 304 zip code of his neighborhood. Just to clarify, Lamine Yamal was born and raised in Spain. So he has the zip code of his neighborhood where he grew up in Spain. And he has the Moroccan flag, which is his father. You know, his father's Moroccan. And the Equatorial Guinea flag because his mother is from there. And of course, the Madrid media immediately jumped on this, talking about, Lamine Yamal, he's not a real Spaniard. Look, he doesn't even have Spain's flag on his boot, which of course is absolutely ridiculous. He has the zip code of his neighborhood, which is located in Spain. And plus, what, does he have to wear the flag in order to prove how Spanish he is? How about the Euros trophy that he got you guys? Any thank you for that? No, but let's find controversy where there isn't controversy, because again, Madrid media simply cannot handle that Barcelona are doing better than them. And by the way, these accusations of Lamine not being a real Spaniard, it's nothing more than xenophobic attacks, because if Lamine was white, you think they would be accusing him of not being a Spaniard enough? Because how many Spanish players on the national team have nationalities from other countries? I've never heard any of those players being doubted that they're Spaniards or not. But this is the point that we've gotten to. Anyway, speaking of the Madrid media, Enrique Massip, Joan Laporta's close advisor, another one of those people who nobody knows what he actually does in the club, kind of like Olivier, but he's there. We know he makes decisions, but he's not part of the board. But anyways, he's come out to the defense of Joan Laporta, and he's hit back at all these attacks that Barcelona are constantly receiving from the media. And he said the following statements: every time we take a step forward, information comes out that damages Barca's image. Luckily, we have a president who knows when to say enough. Nobody wants us to win anything. Not the league, not the federation, not anyone. Only the fans wants us to win. We are not Florentino or Real Madrid. We are feeling and colors. To say that Barca cheats and Laporta is a cheater, whoever says that is a scoundrel. So Enrique Massip getting sick and tired of the media, of the league, of the Royal Spanish Football Federation in Spain, and accusing them of, constantly coming out with damaging information whenever Barcelona is doing well. And of course, that's, historically accurate. During the Pep Guardiola years, when Barcelona were dominating every competition, were dominating every opponent, they came up with a Biarato, which was this theory that referees somehow favor Barcelona. Please. Then they accuse Barcelona players of doping because, of course, you can't. There's no way you can do better than Madrid unless you're doping, right? That's the only way. And then the Negreira case came out, and now, every time Barcelona is doing something, bam, some news comes out, whether it's Negreira, rehashing Negreira, or whether it's the registration of the players, et cetera, et cetera. So Enrique Massip saying enough is enough, and then coming out in defense of Laporta and Barca and hitting back at them. And I'm glad he's doing it, and I think we need to do this more. And not only that, we need to start taking legal actions when it comes to the defaming of the club. For example, when the players were accused of doping back in the day, that should have been a clear lawsuit. And I think we need to start coming out stronger. We need to start hitting back because, like he said, enough is enough. Now, on the other hand, also, I have to say, another way to avoid others talking about us is also doing the things the right way, because the way the whole Dani Olmo Pau Victor situation was handled was horrible from day one. So maybe not doing things like that could also help, because all we're doing is giving them ammunition to hurt us back with, because, you're doing things wrong. But anyways, That's my 2 cents. Now let's move on to the next bit of news because Hansi Flick and the club have made two decisions. The first decision is that Barcelona will not offload any players during this summer unless it's to sign someone else, because they believe that offloading players just for the sake of offloading, whether it's for financial fair play or just to make money, would be weakening the squad. So the only way Barcelona will offload a player is in order to sign a new one. So to continue reinforcing the squad. Otherwise, if we can't make any signings, then nobody will be sold because, again, it would be considered weakening the squad. And the second decision, and this one comes from Hansi Flick, is that the club have decided to close the doors to the locker room. Now, what does that mean? There's been some leaking to the media, information about what players are going to start, what kind of lineups, things like that. And Hansi Flick does not like that. As you can see from all his press conferences, whenever he's asked about lineups or what players are going to play, he never wants to answer the question directly. He just gives you some generic answer because he doesn't like that. And as such, he has decided to close the locker room. So besides the players and the actual staff, Flick and his coaches, no one else will be allowed. No medical personnel, besides like the main doctors, no press, no people from Barcelona staff, nobody. Just Flick, his coaches, and the players. Those will be the only players allowed in the locker room because he doesn't want any information being leaked to the press. And I have to say, I applaud that move. Anyways, that is all for this video. I will be going live in a few more minutes because there's more news to cover. Again, I'm back home. Tomorrow, we'll be doing the podcast, which I'm looking forward to because I haven't done it in a while. And of course, as you guys know, podcast days are my favorite days because I get to read your comments out loud and talk to you directly, even though we're not in the same room. But, it's better than just replying to comments. I think it's a nicer way to connect with you guys when I do it live. Anyways, that is all. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. And as always, peace, Cabarsa.